Hi, this is Deepika Padukone. Celebrating Terrific 10 with Zoom.
The 10 commandments of Bollywood. Thou shalt be beautiful. You have to be beautiful to make it in Bollywood because it's an industry about beauty. And I'm sitting with the most beautiful of them all, Deepika Padukone. Welcome to Terrific 10, celebrating Zoom's 10th anniversary.
Thank you.
Most beautiful people don't stay beautiful because they are so caught up in the competition of it all. Inner beauty wise.
You want me to agree or disagree?
No, your point of view.
I don't know if I can agree or disagree, but what I can definitely say is that yeah, it's important to preserve the person that you are. I think it's important to not lose touch with yourself, and that is something that can actually quite easily happen for two reasons. One is because you're constantly playing different characters, you forget your own identity.
Right.
And secondly, I think also because of the kind of adulation and the love and the fan following, it's very, very easy to kind of get carried away by that. It's very important to kind of preserve a little bit of yourself for yourself and keep that beauty going.
What makes a person beautiful, according to you?
I think honesty.
Yeah.
I think people who are honest, I think that kind of just shows in your aura, and I think some people just carry a lot of positivity around. You know, one is not really affected by negativity. You don't surround yourself by negativity. You always look at the brighter side to everything. If you're going through a tough phase or something difficult, you kind of know, you know, how to tide over that. And I think there's a beauty in people like that. You can feel an inner strength.
Yeah. What makes a person unattractive? Some of the most attractive people are the most unattractive. Yeah, negativity.
Negativity, I think, lies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever encountered a professionally unattractive person who's been a rival to you, like who's been a beautiful person externally, but who's tried to, you know, sidestep you, cut your roles, or try to grab your roles? Or,
No.
Yeah.
I've never been in that situation. I've heard of these kind of stories, but I think I've been very, very fortunate to work with some really amazing, large-hearted, very, very kind people. And I think I've been very fortunate right from my very first film, the way I was presented, the kind of launch that I got, I think is very, very rare. You know, and I think ever since then, the opportunities have always come my way. So I don't think I can ever complain about lack of opportunity.
Right.
But I can definitely also say that I've learned a lot.
Have you ever encountered a bitter rivalry with anyone from your side?
See, I think it's always good. I think it's good to be competitive. I think it's very, very good to be competitive in a healthy way. Not by pulling other people down, not in a way of, again, I keep saying the word, but not in a negative way.
Yeah.
But I think it's good to be ambitious. I think that's the right word. I think it's good to be ambitious.
Without being calculating.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. According to you, what's a beautiful, perfect day?
I think what happens with actors is that, fortunately or unfortunately, I think fortunately, and it's a huge responsibility, we kind of have this power to influence people's lives.
True.
Not just through the movies that we do and not just in the characters that we play, but through all of that, there's the fan following and the adulation, and people almost sort of worship actors, right? And they listen and you know, they observe actors, especially the youth, which, you know, I think we have a huge impression on the youth. And I think if you can influence somebody's life in a positive way through a film, through a message in a film, or, you know, maybe some interview that I've done, or, you know, maybe an interaction, a personal interaction that I've probably had with a fan that becomes memorable for them, you bring a smile to someone's face, that for me is a beautiful thing.
That's a beautiful day. Yeah. To you, I've interviewed a lot of beautiful women in my life, and I continue to meet them. A lot of them are beautiful on the outside, not so much on the inside. Some are more beautiful on the inside than the outside. You're one of the rare actresses I've met, you know, who is a mix of both. You know, you are what you are. You're like as transparent as they can get, and you can see that beauty shine through. What's your recipe?
Wow, thank you. I think it's to just be you.
Yeah.
I think the biggest gift that you can give yourself is to be able to be yourself and to be able to express yourself. I think a lot of times we are afraid to be who we want to be because of various fears, you know, society, boyfriend, husband, and women especially, I feel, play so many different roles that you kind of forget who you are, because you're constantly playing the role of a mother, of a sister, of a, you know, wife.
Role model also for you.
Yeah, well, that too. But that's why very often you hear women say, you know, I just need some me time, you know. So I think it's important to identify who you are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and to accept yourself for the person that you are, with your strengths, with your weaknesses. Accept yourself, love yourself, and only then I think can you actually be a better person.
Do you have a little mean streak in you? You ever wanted to show your nasty side to anyone?
I hope not. I hope not.
You want to punch somebody one of those days? You want to punch somebody?
I might think about it. I won't act upon it.
Yeah. People say that in Bollywood there is a lot of grime beneath the glitz. Is that true?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think when one buys a ticket to watch a movie and you know, you sit in the theatre 2.5, 3 hours, you watched a movie and you've gone back home. But I think often we don't see the kind of hard work that goes into two things. One is the process of making a movie itself, the kind of team effort that it requires to kind of put a film together. But also the kind of effort that actors put in. I mean, I'm sure everyone works hard, but I don't see that side of it. I'm an actor and so I can say the kind of lives that actors lead, or the kind of hard work or effort, or how difficult it is just to survive or to be in an industry like this, that's where everyone is so ambitious and everyone is so competitive. It's tough. It's a lot of hard work to be constantly, you know, scrutinized. You know, everything that is said is observed and scrutinized, and the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you speak. And then, of course, you can either choose to allow it to bother you, or then you choose to lead your own life. But the point is, it's basically, I'm trying to say that it's not as glamorous as it looks. Yeah.
And the most beautiful people around you?
For me, my parents.
Does your inner beauty make you number one?
I hope so. I hope so.
How would your world be different in a mirror-free world?
In a mirror-free world?
If there are no mirrors, then you don't have to look at yourself, man.
It's fine.
You have to see yourself through the eyes of others.
Which is the way it usually is, no?
Yeah.
Again, cinema itself is like that. You're constantly judged by, very rarely with a one-on-one interaction. I think very few people actually get to interact with an actor at a personal level. Most often it's on television, it's through the films, it's through an interview, sometimes print, sometimes television. And people kind of make up their
vision of you.
Vision of who X is, Y is, Z is, or even a film review, you know, for that matter. It's so-and-so's version of, or their idea of, or, you know, the way they've critiqued a film. I can't really articulate myself, but I think largely an actor's life is that.
Piecing together jigsaw puzzles of that person's character and telling the story of that person through his characters. That's what a critic does. He critiques your characters.
No, I think what I'm trying to say is that what I feel for a film, or my experience of a film, is very, very different from when you as an audience or you as the critique watches a film and you review it. Sometimes I might agree with you, sometimes I might disagree with you. So I think for an actor's life at various levels, it is a mirror without actually looking at yourself physically in a mirror.
But in the eyes of most audiences, Deepika Padukone is beautiful inside and outside. And that reflects in her success story in her movies, and may it continue reflecting it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this interview. Thanks.